So, Bill, basically, I love your show. And for people who want to know who I am, you probably want to know more about who I am. So I guess I do this little post, slight crash on your show, and introduce myself as the unknown candidate because I'm still unknown. Yes, I have a 240 IQ, and basically I have lots of surprises. So the game is still afoot as far as I'm concerned. And I'm looking forward to where this is going because I know things about other people that have criminal charges pending as our entire political system is getting ready to change. We have a lot of players that haven't been arrested yet that have to be arrested. It's not a joke. So I don't know what people are thinking about what they think is the presidential campaign. It's a completely different item according to my playbook. Of course, I'm somebody who also has an awful lot of very serious evidence against many people. Thank you, Bill. And here it is. I'll add a little piece onto this. Here you go. Love your show. Michael Crosby, I'm running for president 2024. Yes, I filed lots of paperwork with the United States Archive, and yes, I am the guy who filed the presidential candidate panel on treason. And yes, I have given notice, and yes, that does have a lot of very interesting constitutional rights, like full panel, full trial. There's some pretty incredibly powerful stuff there. So I have to watch what I say sometimes. But the thing is that, yes, I have had musters attacking my camps. Yes, I have over $300 million in damage. And, and yes, it was hard for me to deal with people when I'm watching there at the SEC, watching them stack things up as other candidates are, raising money. And when the figure got to 1/3 of my damages, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I have this horrible situation in mass dereliction of duty. We have violence all over the country. And there are people that don't want to acknowledge it. We have reporters that are getting in trouble because they're going out there and they're showing things that are happening. And I just know that there's this big, huge, we don't want to discuss these things. And lots of pressure, and because there are some people that have been reporting some of these things, and they're large. As far as the home issue goes, my policy is simple. Back every American citizen to build their own home with their own hands. Is that going to include everybody? Well, 24.8% of people, according to my polling, would actually do that. And we need that. We need that percentage. We need that 24.8% to re-solidify our country. And, we have to do this. 1750 United States, the average 12 to 14-year-old had the skill set to build the equivalent in board feet of a 2-bedroom home of today, a small one, in 6 months. Longevity, 38 years of age. Now it's 78 years of age. We're expected to work 45 years. That works out to 1850 statistics of slavery, which is 28 years to 33 years longevity, depending on where you're at. Some areas were a little rougher. And so, the output of a slave's life is 20 plus houses. So, if you're expected to work 45 years and give, and basically half Americans don't get a home, that means half of you are expected to give somehow, some way, government or other people, y'all, whoever gets it, basically the equivalent of more output, production than the lifetime of 5 slaves. It's time to say, hey, look, no, we have to get this under control and deal with this. Am I into AI? Yes, I am very much into AI. Is it safe? Yes. We're at the problem where some people want to abuse it. We've come up with the perfect, incredibly powerful device. And then we have people that said, no, we don't exactly want all this information available to all these people. That could become a problem. So we now have the HAL 9000 malfunction situation, and some of us are working on that. And that's the truth, literally, is that there's paranoia about giving powerful tools to people because they'll use them for various things. weapons, and there's a lot. I could talk for days on that, Go to cyber attacks. We got 1.4 billion cyber attacks a day. The reason this happened is because of permanent backdoors and chips. And the truth is, once upon a time, it was a brilliant idea to be able to have credible, ethical people monitor people and look at terrorists, make sure they're not going to smuggle nuclear weapons. But the brilliant people also said, hey, this is going to be good for 8 years or so, and that's it. And it went on a lot longer. And it's all backfired now, and there are serious questions as to the liability factor. So yes, the government is responsible for you having cyber attacks. The design on systems and the stuff that I'm designing, the chips I'm designing, the work I'm working with right now, trying to get funded, deals with no backdoors. It doesn't work. My systems don't work that way. If I can ever get them back developed. Of course, we keep having people that want to destroy my labs. There's that problem. There's basically just me and my ideas that, I'm just going to increase the economy 1,600%. And it's hard for me to convey to people and let them understand and know that, hey, things can be done with AI. My presidency, 24/7 people are going to be available for you. And by the way, let's just throw in a bank of the equivalent of 10,000 of the biggest geniuses in the world are AIs, so you can get additional notices. And it's just going to be incredible. It's just going to be incredible. I'd love to talk more about it. But I have to still stay on my toes. And yes, I do have people that have been trying to kill me, so this is a real factor. Having your windows blow out as you're driving down the road is quite an experience. And at the moment, no, I still don't have quite enough money to have like 40 guys as security so I can have a decent sized perimeter and set up a secure point, because we have a horrible problem with the justice system collapsing. 80% of people in the justice system said no, they would not participate in a January 6th investigation. Straight out, they won't participate. We have 50% of people apparently associated with the law enforcement of the people that are being charged and looked at in many ways. And of course, I've said we have enormous violence around the country. I want to get everything max production. It's a Roosevelt-style item. Only it wasn't Roosevelt. It was the Pentagon, some other people that came in and brought the economy idea. We don't need the war. There's no reason to have the war. What we need is space mining, high technology. And, oh my goodness, take a look at a map. You've been robbed. Look at the Louisiana purchase, the Alaska purchase, all these purchases. You've been robbed. Everybody here's been robbed. Basically, it's all forgotten, right? I refuse to forget. They rose taxes to buy $10 million to buy this huge amount of land. We were promised to get paid back. We were promised stock. We were promised residual and reasonable land rights, which 9 out of 10 people, none of that happened for. So, yeah, we've been robbed, and we need to reevaluate this whole thing, because we should have been making about $90,000 a citizen if we were running our government like a proper corporation to begin with. Yeah, I'm kind of into that. There's a lot of reasons why, better health care, a lot of other things, So, I want to go after gold the size of Texas. It's out there. There are rocks. There's 70% gold, and I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do it on a scale that's mind-boggling. And I know how to do this, and I keep working with the computers to keep setting this up, and I keep having people raiding and destroying my laboratories, and this is definitely a problem. And I'm surrounded by a bunch of liars, and the FBI will hang up the phone and say, how dare you try to gather evidence against our good man Trump. This is ridiculous. I'm demanding they have to turn these recordings over. There are just so many crimes. It's mind-boggling. I'm looking at different areas of the country. I'm looking at Southern California has more than 400 people that, according to my results, need to be arrested just somehow associated with attacking my interest in California. And I'm this is not going to stop. There's no statute of limitations, and this is not going to stop. This is never going to end. These people have to go to prison for what they've done. And we're in all of this, and of course, my comment, I'm absolutely furious at these Republicans that are researching and going after Joe with their big master plan for impeachment. I think that their actions are despicable, and basically they couldn't find any decent evidence on Joe. They don't know how to do it. I have evidence on Joe, but I won't do business with people that are despicable, number one, and I'm getting to it.